He was oppressed and he was afflicted, yet he opened not his mouth. Like a lamb that is led to the slaughter, and like a sheep that before its shearers is silent, so he opened not his mouth. Isaiah 53, verse 7. You've probably heard someone say this before. You may have even said it yourself on occasion. You make me so mad. I want to invite you today to consider that this statement actually isn't an accurate statement. A more accurate statement would be, I am choosing to be mad because of the things you have done to me. It's a choice whether we get mad or not. I'm sure for some of you, your first thought is, but I can't help it. As a defense of my position, consider Jesus. He was whipped, mocked, beaten, had a crown of thorns placed on his head, probably not gently, and ultimately had to carry his own instrument of crucifixion. And yet, as was prophesied in Isaiah 53, he opened not his mouth. In fact, his first words from the cross were, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. He chose not to get mad at the injustice and suffering he endured, but instead chose to forgive. When we are treated unjustly and unfairly, or when we are hurt by others, it's certainly not easy to choose not to be angry and instead to forgive. But my point is that if it is possible for Christ, it is possible for us. Only by the power of the Holy Spirit at work in our hearts and lives can we respond to injustice and persecution in the way that Christ did. But when we don't, it's more appropriate to ask God's forgiveness that we didn't respond the way Christ would than to simply assume that our anger was the only response possible given the circumstances. A feller just never knows when Psychology 101 at Valparaiso University might teach you something even more profound than you originally thought. Press on in the Lord.